fam, we made it! I'm here in Seattle for the first time ever with no expectations of the city because I really don't know what to expect. But today I'm super freaking excited because we are going to the Laika exhibition. We are going to see Coraline Jones in the flesh and the Pink Palace and all the other sets and props from all the other movies they have at Laika. Some new info, I think, about their new movie Wildwood. So we're gonna see. We're gonna be surprised. I tried not to look too much into it. I like to overplan things usually, but I was like, no, I want to be surprised this time. Before we get into the tour, I am staying at the Citizen M Hotel. So far, I'm really liking it. It's cozy. The rooms are super clean. It's very artsy. But most importantly, the lobby smells like churros. Didn't know that would be a plus. I don't see any churros, but the lobby smells beautiful. So let's get into the tour. Okay, so here's what it looks like as you walk in. On my left-hand side, I have some hangers and place to store things. You have a little shelf up here. Mirror on the side. I'm sweaty, don't look at me. I just got off the plane. Then you have the little sink area over here. Looks like, let's check out these lights. Do they work? Oh my God. Wait, does the mirror? Oh yeah, there we go. Ooh, modern. I love it. Yeah, so a nice full-length mirror over here. And then, I look greasy, honey. But we're not gonna worry about it. Then this sassy mirror over here with these little lights. Then turning over to this side, they have a nice cushioned bench over here. Ooh, are there drawers? Oh, there's giant drawers in here. Oh my God, I could probably fit my whole suitcase in there. And then there's another tiny drawer over here. Oh no, there isn't. I lied. Just kidding. Never mind. A little tiny desk over here, but it works. Very cute. What is this? Information. Ooh, okay. Then cut back to the bed. We have this. I'm not really sure what it is, but she's happy to be here and she's just staring into my soul. But I love it. I love the colors. It feels very clean too, and it smells like churros in the lobby. So you have a bench over here, you have a desk over here. Ooh, with a nice cushioned red chair. We love that. Huge bed in the window. This must be a king. Wow. Window is directly on this office building, so like it just, oh, let's see what they're doing. Ooh, they're in a meeting. They gotta clean their windows. Wow. Wow, this is like, it's very small, but it's nice, and it's a perfect size for one person. I don't like massive hotel rooms because I don't like dead space. I like to be cozy, I like to be in the window, and I like to have my TV and my conveniences. Oh yeah, and then let's go in the bathroom. Tiny bathroom, of course. Transparent, but not translucent. Toilet with little trash. Ooh, look at the toilet paper. Fresh towels. They come with 2 large things of shampoo and conditioner, but wait, there's no conditioner. Hold up, we're gonna find conditioner. Don't tell me there's no conditioner. Oh, honey, that's like the one thing I didn't bring. All right, well, oh, but there's a shower head and a rain shower head. This is like a nice shower. Aside from the fact that it doesn't have conditioner, we're gonna find it. That's gotta be here somewhere. I'm shocked if they don't have conditioner. Anyway, all right, so that was the room. I think I figured out the lights so far. Did I switch the lights back? We'll get into the lights later. But now let's go get some lunch. I don't know, I kind of looked up some places before, but we're gonna find some vegan spots in this neighborhood, or maybe not in this neighborhood. I don't know. We're gonna figure it out together. Let's go. So for lunch, I found this place that was called Bob Bar / Bob Bar Green. It's a vegan and non-vegan restaurant combined into one. I got the vegan sweet potato laksa. When I tell you, I'm not even kidding, this is one of the best freaking things I've ever eaten in my life. I have debated hopping on a flight to Seattle just to eat this again. It was, oh my God, it was so good. Then on my way to the exhibition, I visited this cute little park / marketplace right next to the Space Needle. This was so, like, the vibes here were just so cool. People in Seattle are just cool. They had Native American music playing, incense burning, and here's the Space Needle. Not gonna lie, standing below this was terrifying. But then we finally made it to MoPop for the Hidden Worlds Laika exhibition. Ah! Even just besides the main Laika exhibition, there was so much to see here. And then after years of obsession, we had finally made it to the Pink Palace in the flesh. Look at the details. Just like in the movie, every single, oh my god, the scale of the Pink Palace also was a lot larger than I anticipated, and look at the mailboxes for each of the apartments. Every little detail, just like in the movie. I honestly, I cried. And there she was in the flesh, standing at just several inches tall, Coraline Jones. So weird seeing her in person. And if you look at the line in her face, they actually used hundreds of thousands of different combinations using 3D printing in order to create all the different designs and facial expressions from the characters, which is something at that point that had never been done before. Incredibly fascinating. Incredibly fascinating. But we still haven't even scratched the surface here, okay? We have all of the props, the buttons, the food, the camera, the circus tent, everything. Honey, just the attention to detail, even in the smallest of props. Like, look at the size of the milkshake holder chandelier thing. Like, incredible. And let's not forget, Laika has other movies besides Coraline. They are all masterpieces. The attention to details in all of these films is incredible. They had a bunch of cool different little workshop stations where this one you could actually operate the camera and see how it looks different based on what angle you're shooting from. Look how cool. It's just like, it's all miniature, but filming from that specific kind of lens just makes everything look so large. This is what it looks like from the outside. But from the camera, not so much. Then we got this little preview of their new film coming out in 2025 called Wildwood. And look at this expensive cast! Mahershala Ali, Carey Mulligan, Awkwafina, Angela Bassett. Wow, that's gotta cost some money. Then I finally got to make my very own stop animation film. I'm proud of it. I think it came out decent. It would have come out better if the family behind me wasn't breathing down my neck. But it looks cute. I'm happy with it. It's cute. They're flying around, do things in stop animation that you can't do with normal film. And that's what I did. They're flying. Cute. But yeah, if you're in Seattle, and even if the Laika Hidden Worlds exhibit isn't there, they still have plenty of other exhibitions. They have a gift shop. They had all of this Coraline and Laika merch. I would have gotten something, but I just don't think I could have fit any of it in my carry-on. Cute, though. And look at this Uncanny Valley Coraline. She does something about her doesn't look right. Then after the exhibition, I had pretty much the rest of the day to explore what I could see in Seattle, and that's what I did. I headed over to Pike Place Market. Unfortunately, it was the end of the day, so nothing was really open, but I got to see the sights. I really regret not doing this Wings Over Washington experience. It's like a 4D flying thing. It just looks so so cool. Next time I gotta do it. Then I got to see the Seattle Great Wheel. This is kind of like the London Eye, but the Seattle version. I did not ride it because I get claustrophobic very easily, but it looks really cool, and look how beautiful the sunset was. What a clear Seattle sky. I got very lucky on this trip. Then the best part was the Gold Rush Strip. This is like a nautical Gold Rush pier with all different wood carvings of different people and characters and pirates. They also had a couple nautical themed restaurants. They had gift shops, more wood carvings, and an arcade. What an unexpected little treat! I was not expecting this to exist in Seattle, but Miner's Landing was really so quirky and fun. I loved it. I want to go back and I want to eat at one of those restaurants, even though I'm deadly allergic to fish. Anyway, before heading back to the hotel to get ready for my very early flight to Oregon, I saw the gum wall. It's just a wall full of gum. Pretty cool. Yeah, but also, then I got a vegan shrimp bowl at El Borracho. I honestly I don't like the flavor of the shrimp, but I would definitely go back there and try it again because the vibes in that place, it just felt like a regular bar, and it felt so cool to just be in a normal looking place that was completely vegan. Also, what is this graphic in the hotel elevator? I'm still trying to understand. But then we finally made it to our bed and breakfast in Ashland, Oregon. Ashland, Oregon is the town where Coraline is set to have taken place. Obviously, Coraline was done on a set, but you know, it's designed after this town. Look how beautiful this, I loved this room. I stayed at the McCall house, which is a Victorian bed and breakfast right in the middle of Ashland, Oregon. It is just a beautiful historical home. I stayed in the captain's suite, which, funny enough, this suite was huge. It had a fireplace, and it also had a working electric fireplace. It had a huge window, 2 chairs. I even had my own very large bathroom with a tub and a full king-size bed. And this room still costs less than what it does to stay in a teeny tiny room in New York City. I was flabbergasted. And don't worry, they also have a fully stocked shower with conditioner. Yes, a win is a win. And a full closet, plenty of room for storage. They also come with 2 quality robes that you could use during your stay. But the absolute best part about the McCall house is the service. I swear this is not sponsored. I had an amazing experience here. The service at this very small bed and breakfast, I mean, there's only a handful of rooms, was some of the best service I've ever received in my life. I kid you not, they made me my very own vegan and gluten-free chocolate chip oatmeal cookie. I am not even kidding when I say this. And I know I've been dramatic, but this was one of the best cookies I've ever had. It was like fresh out of the oven. I don't know if they just made 1 cookie just for me. I was like, are there more? I need 12. It was so good. I couldn't believe it. And they also had a portrait smart TV to keep with the vibes, but also for convenience. Look at this beautiful little key card. Oh, then I got dressed and ready to hit the town because I was on my way to the Oregon Shakespeare Festival. But first I had to stop off for some lunch. I got this funky guacamole and a hot tamale. It was kind of chilly outside, but whatever, what are you gonna do? And ladies and gentlemen, there it was, the very first Elizabethan theater in all of the United States. And tonight we were seeing the Three Musketeers. Look how cool this theater was! Side note, this was in September, like late September, and it was freezing. So if you do see a show here outside, make sure to bundle up, especially if you're living in Southern California and you're not used to it. But the theater itself and the production design were both so cool. This may be in a small town in Oregon, but this is a multi-million-dollar Shakespeare Festival. This is a no joke, equity, you name it. And before we headed back to the hotel for the night, look at this spooky moon. Is the other mother counting the seconds before I have to make it back to the house? Spooky! But then the next morning, I had a full day ahead of me to do whatever I wanted in Ashland. They served me this wonderful vegan parfait for breakfast with oatmeal and a decaf coffee with almond milk creamer. They are so accommodating with any dietary restrictions here. I was just so free. I love it. Then it was time for me to leave the McCall house and hit the town. This town had no shortage of the most adorable gift shops. They had a whole gift shop full of gnomes, birds houses, yard decor, and honestly, this makes me want to just do a road trip here one day because I cannot bring any of this on the plane. But one day I will. Then I did a stroll around the neighborhood. Look at the size of that tree. I don't think I've ever seen a tree that large in my life. This video doesn't even do it any justice. Look at this. This is like 7 feet, maybe 7 feet wide. It's huge. There were so many picturesque, beautiful Victorian homes with tons of character. This looks like it's straight out of a movie. And there was no shortage of a wide variety of shopping here, honey. I mean, like, they had a whole store full of just Moroccan pottery in great detail. And all the owners of every store were so passionate about everything they sold. They had this delicious candy and fudge store. They said they had vegan options. I didn't see any vegan options, but they had loads and loads of fudge if that's what you're into. Look at all that chocolate. Oh my God, I wish I could have it. I stopped up to get some Indian lunch at a local restaurant. Don't be fooled, I had 2 plates of this. I was very full, but oh my God, it was so good. They had a full vintage costume store. Oh my God, if I had the luggage of a lifetime, I really wish I might have brought a larger luggage than I did, but I wish I could have gotten something, at least something for my videos. They even had a full lavender store. I got myself some lavender bubble bath, but everything in that store was just lavender, everything. They had a saloon style escape room. This looks so cool. I love a good theme, especially when it comes to escape rooms, but look how cool it looks in there. Next door, they had a whole store that just sold funky looking lamps. Definitely can't fit that in my carry-on. Then I went on a little stroll through the neighborhood. It's just so quaint here. They had a little marketplace with places to eat outside. They had live music pretty much on every block. They had a ton of little local stores that kind of resembled mini versions of Anthropologie or Free People. They had clothing, wellness, decor, you name it. I love this. This was like a witchy looking tea shop. Elixir bar. It was very, very fascinating. Elder apothecary, this makes me just want to move here and practice witchcraft and just be the inner witch that I just know I am. Look how picturesque this local park was. Like, that looks like a painting. They had even more places to eat outside with live music. It was beautiful out. It's so quaint, so relaxing. There's birds chirping. And most importantly, the people in this neighborhood are very chill and just generally kind. Just cool vibing people. I love it. Then they had this shop called Paddington. This was just a very general gift store, souvenirs. They had these miniature little greenhouses that you could put together. How adorable is that? I want it. Oh, I don't need it, but I want it. Oh my God, the things I would do with the things I would buy in this store. They had a Hocus Pocus spell book and even like a teeny tiny witch's spell book, which I bought. It is so cute. I love it. It's sitting in my desk right now. Look at these cozy drink holders. How cute. I stopped up to get some coconut-based ice cream with sprinkles. Then I was finishing up my little tour around the neighborhood when I finally found the Coraline Sign, acknowledging Ashland's inspiration for the film. Now, I'm not sure what I'm about to show you, but I'm just gonna let you decide on your own. This was a storefront for, let's just say, a group of like-minded people. Let's just say people who share very similar spiritual values as a group. And although I don't want to make any assumptions about what this could be, if I was gonna join one of these, I feel like this would be a nice one to join. I don't know, I'm not mad about it. Then they had plenty of options for local bars and restaurants to dine at. The people at the bed and breakfast I was staying at recommended Bar Juliet. This is what it looked like. They had really great zero-proof cocktails. They're getting really good with these. This had the perfect amount of spice to it. I got this garden salad. It was very, very fresh. I got way too many fries, but what are you gonna do? You gotta live your life. Then at night, when there's a no-show day for like the Shakespeare Festival, there's no shows going on, the town is very, very quiet. It's almost a little bit spooky. All the stores at this point were closed, so I just did one last stroll around town. The park was very spooky. Then finally at night, I was able to go around the bed and breakfast I was staying at and get some footage to show you guys what the main areas look like. They had plenty of Halloween decorations out. Here's one of the main areas where you could sit and have breakfast in the morning. They have another portrait screen TV. They had these spooky skeletons hanging from the chandelier as you walk in, and then they had another sitting area where you can sit and wait. They also had more dining areas to dine for breakfast, a black painted fireplace, more seating, and a huge dining room. There was a huge group here that actually was all sitting together in this dining room full of retired people enjoying the Shakespeare Festival, and they were just such an adorable group, but goals. But yeah, definitely very, very spooky at night. So I made sure to turn on my fireplace, and of course, you know, I was going to watch Coraline from the bathtub. This is what dreams are made of, people. this is what dreams are made of. Then finally, it was time to rise and shine for my checkout day. I did not want to get up from my bed, but it was so comfy. They made me another vegan fruit parfait for my breakfast with some watermelon and another decaf coffee and fresh orange juice. Then I stopped again in town for a little beverage. What are you gonna do? Now, today I set aside to check out the local Japanese garden at the local park and see any areas of the town that I might have missed or maybe shops that were closed on the day before. So my first stop was to make my way over to the local Japanese garden. And then it was time to stop off for one last meal. First, I checked out the Ashland Springs Hotel. This looked like a really charming place, but I really liked the place I stayed. I got a mocktail, I got some crispy fries, and a vegan burger. This is at the Brick Room in town. This was a really nice restaurant. This was on the second floor, so it's kind of a little bit of a hidden gem, I guess, but definitely dine here if you get a chance. I found this local bookstore with this little hidden room in the back with all of the fiction, I believe. This was fun. I really wish I enjoyed reading more than I do. Reading is definitely a struggle for me, but if you enjoy reading, you have to check out this bookstore. It was literally something right out of a book. I do want to note that the deer in Ashland are not normal deer. They kind of like sit and stare. They don't seem to be easily afraid. But I do have something a little bit spooky to say. So about a year ago, I actually had a dream that I was flying over this town. I didn't really know this town existed. I loosely knew of it because of Coraline. But being here in person and like smelling the air and being in the presence of these turkeys and the old Victorian houses, it's so much like it was in my dream. And that dream was just so vivid and real, and I could hear all the sounds and I could see all the sights. I was just flying over Ashland. I didn't even know what town it was. I had to do some research to find out what town I was flying over, but I just knew it was somewhere in Oregon. Spooky. Then my final stop was Dobra tea. I got a vegan gluten-free cookie, and then I also got an ube tea. They had a whole section in the back where you can actually take off your shoes and sit on the floor. It was very relaxing in here. I really wish I found this place earlier. And last but not least, I found the closest thing to the real life version of the Pink Palace in Ashland, Oregon. How cool is this? Very charming garden. So guys, that actually wraps up our trip for this time. I cannot wait to come back here. The energy in this town is just something like I've never experienced before. Thank you guys so much for coming along with me on this trip, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. See ya!